Welcome back for today's NBA pick video play for January 7th, 2019. In this one, talking about this matchup between the San Antonio Spurs and the Detroit Pistons. Gonna give our lean on where we see the better value against the spread. The road team, San Antonio, coming in as slight favorites, giving about 3.5 points. The Spurs on the year at 23-17 overall, where the Pistons have now fallen all the way back to just 17-20, now 3 games below 500. And the Pistons, they've also been vulnerable even on their home court, where they're now just 2 games above 500 at 11-9. Now the Spurs, they're coming into this one after really performing well in their last 4 or so outings, grabbing 4 straight victories, taking down the Grizzlies at home in their last outing by 20 points. They also blew out the Raptors, took down the Celtics recently, as well as a road win against the Clippers. So things are starting to look up right now for the Spurs. They're trending in a very positive direction. I think psychologically, that convincing home win against the Toronto Raptors, who are one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, did a lot of good for this franchise. Now, the Spurs on the year in terms of their numbers, they're still improving, and we've been seeing that on the defensive side of the ball. The best San Antonio teams have gotten the job done, certainly on the defensive side of the ball, primarily, and this is where the Spurs have had to improve to start in this winning trajectory that they've been on. So they're now 11th in the NBA in points allowed, 13th in scoring average. They have a positive plus-minus of about positive 3 points. Now the Detroit Pistons, I don't know what we're going to see from them today coming into this one after absolutely choking in their last outing at home against the Utah Jazz. The Pistons got out to nearly a 20-point lead after the first quarter against the Jazz at home. They slowly dwindled that down. And then down the stretch run, they actually had a chance to perhaps tie the game, maybe force overtime. But in their final possession, Reggie Jackson just throwing the ball away with just an inexcusable pass in that type of situation after they had grinded back to at least get themselves in a position to try to at least force overtime. And just the mentality that that type of play can have on a team coming into their next outing, you wouldn't think would be the best case scenario for the Pistons, who have really been one of the worst teams in the East over the past month or so of action, as they've just continued to recede and fall back in the East. Now, Blake Griffin, he's actually having a great year, but nobody else around him is giving him enough support to really lift this team to that next level. The Pistons, they're 24th in the NBA in scoring average, 13th in total team defense. They have a negative plus-minus of about -2 points. So just on an average game-to-game basis, the Spurs are about 5 points better than the Pistons. But given the trajectory that we've seen from the Spurs, very positive, both at home and on the road recently, and then also with the Pistons collapsing in their last outing, we feel like the Spurs should be able to come into this one with the better mentality, go on, take care of business, win and cover this modest 3.5 point spread. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. You can check out all of our picks for today over at stumpthespread.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks, guys, for stopping on in. We hope to see you back here for our next video.